Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what you should be buying from the Warriors Glory event. I thought I went through it a fair bit in my first video about the event, but it's been asked a lot in the comments, so I figure it's time to go ahead and go through one of Whitesushii's posts where he goes through all the math because it's coming up towards the time where you might start exchanging, so let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, from this chest, basically just pick up Flora. Flora is going to be the go-to here because she's harder to get, and that's pretty much all there is to it. If you need, like, you know, one Gwyneth or something like that to get ascended, you may pick that, but there's pretty much no situation in which I would not go for Flora. I only need one Skriath on my main account, but I'm still going Flora because she's the most valuable in my opinion due to how hard she is to get compared to the others. So let's jump over here and take a look at Whitesushii's post. These are always good posts. I'll leave this linked in the description. Really good analytic look at the values and stuff like that. So he goes through the basic how many you get. So free to play, you're going to get 550. So basically on the right here, he looks at what you're going to be able to get. And in the green, he's actually put the green square around what if you bought the $1 pack every day would additionally get you. So basically, as free to play, you're going to end up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of the 20 chests, so that's not too bad. 160 upgrade emblems, which is pretty solid for free to play. Otherwise, you can go ahead and pick up one Tailene plus 20 of the emblems, which is also a really solid option. And then obviously you can pick up extras if you do buy the $1 deals. Keeping in mind that $1 deals are the best value, so if you want to pick something up just to top up a little bit, go for those $1 deals. Then this is sort of a rewards comparison where it compares the value of everything to the red emblem chests. For those who haven't been around for all these events, the red emblems, they're just the hardest thing to get, so they're always seen as the best value. So that's just something to keep in mind. Then we do go down here and take a look at this chart. Now, this is a nice chart that he puts out every time, basically ranking the value of everything that you can purchase. So over here, number one, he's got the red emblems. Obviously, like I said, they're the hardest thing to get in the game. Very, very valuable moving forward. So that's why they have been placed at number one, the highest priority to get. However, for me, in these events, if you can get a copy of Tailene or the twins, those are the two heroes that I personally prioritize if you don't have them ascended yet. So for me, on my free-to-play account, I'm going to try and get the Tailene. However, on my free-to-play account, which is on the test server, for the last day and a half, I have not been able to get a battle. No matter how long I queue, I keep retrying and I can't get a battle. So if I do miss out on that, I think I've missed out on 60 of the points so far. If I miss out on a few more, I won't be able to get the Tailene. I will just go ahead and go for the red emblems. So up to you. Me personally, I like the Tailene especially for free to play. I just feel like my free to play account, eventually I do want to ascend to Tailene, so I'm definitely going to pick that up, but that's a personal choice. Based on pure rarity, like, I think you'd still go the red emblems, but like I said, Tailene is one that I am going to aim for, and it's not a bad option to go for. Next up, I want to talk about the normal heroes over here. He basically goes through and says, once upon a time, you could pick up a normal hero if you were like one away from Ascended, but now due to the fact that once you do have one Ascended hero, you will unlock the select summon. You can pick up that last copy of a hero very easily, and basically same goes for that chest that you get from it. It's like, yes, you may only need one copy, however, you just wait till the next month, get that select summon, and you can finish that hero off. So these are just never going to be worth the value. Next up, I wanted to look at the gold upgrade tokens. These, he actually goes to the math, are like one of the best value things in there for cost to the amount you get. However, because you can buy them for gold from the shop, they're not as an important resource, so I'd probably steer clear of them. And then over here, we do have equal at number 3. He puts a Ziz. I still wouldn't go for a Ziz. He says the only time you would go for him if he was the only one left that you needed in your God comp. He's pretty much the only one I need in my God comp at the moment, but I'm still not going to go for him just because I just understand, like, I can get him from the challenger store, so eventually I will finish him. So I'm just gonna avoid the Aziz for now. And on my main account, I'd already have my Taylene ascended, so I'm just gonna go straight for as many of the upgrade the red chests as I can. And then the other option for number 3 is going to be the fodder tickets. Basically puts them at decent value. So for players who are in the early game, so you may not, if you don't, I believe if you don't have a mythic hero, I can't remember when it exactly unlocks, but some people, if they're very early on, may not have the red chests available. So you could actually go ahead and pick up these fodder tickets. I'd still go for the Taylene first if you didn't have them available. Otherwise, the fodder tickets aren't a bad option, because in that very early stage, they're going to sort of boost you, allow you to get some mythic heroes and stuff like that. So it's never a bad option. But just obviously going for whatever faction your main carry that you're focusing on, so you can upgrade them first. So that is another option. And then 4, he talks about Flora. I still think Flora is just a straight pass for me. Once again, you can get her from the challenger store. Normally, definitely recommend building Aziz first from the challenger store. However, Flora, so it does mean Flora's going to take you a long time to get around to building. But I just don't see the value in buying her from these events when you could end up with a bunch of red chests or a Taylene. So that's my personal, even though she is cheaper, still not worth it in my opinion. Then he goes down here for whales. The Twisted Essence is very strong, because if you're a whale looking towards going into endgame PvP, you're going to want those stat boosts, but everyone else don't really stress about it. And then don't go for the reroll scroll thingies. I've never been a big fan of them. I feel like if you get a bunch of them, you're just going to miss out on what you want, so don't even stress. And then 5 down here, he does go into Poe coins. The Poe coins just don't seem like good value in any of these events, so I normally just steer clear of them altogether. Then as we roll down on this thing, on the left hand side here, my head is covering the text, but you can check this out if you want. He just basically goes through the basic format of the competition of it, and I've gone through this in a fair few videos, discussions about it, but yeah, it's a fairly simple event. I do like his little post in the middle here. This mode is the closest you get to fair PvP, but is heavily RNG dependent, that there's a limit of how far skill can carry you. As a result, climbing a ladder becomes more of a reflection of how much time spent rather than skill level. For example, a player A with 51% win rate plays 6 hours, will likely outrank player B with a 55% win rate but only plays 1 hour. It'd be nice to see Lilith improve upon this mode with maybe a 12 pick 2-ban format going forward. I do like the 12 pick 2-ban. It's still very quick, so you both get a hand of 12, and then the enemy can ban 2 of them before you start picking. I think that would be really good. My personal experience is that basically I feel like about 60% of games, as soon as you see the 2 hands, you instantly know who's going to win. In 20%, you're like, okay, that person should win, however this person can counter it if they play it properly. And then the other 20% are where it's actually pretty fair matches. So 60% of the time, it's going to be like an instant defined match. So I do think that climbing the ladder is going to be still a reflection of skill, because those extra 40% of the matches, and these are just numbers I'm throwing out from nowhere, 40% of the matches will be sort of skill dependent, whereas 60% of them, it's just like, okay, you cannot win that, like you have no hope. So definitely I agree with him. They can definitely work on it. We'll have to wait and see what they do. But as for a general event, I think it's really nice. And the thing about it is, you don't have to climb the ladder. There's no incentive to climb the ladder except for flexing purposes. So don't stress. You can just go in there, just try and get your 3 daily wins, and that's all that really matters. Then he does go through a little list of his own sort of tier list for the event. I've made my full tier list on the event as well, so I'll leave that link in the description if you want to go through it, where I go through every hero. But some pretty much general like I agree with most of his list in, like, not exact, but you know, it's a pretty decent look at what heroes are going to be solid in it. But yeah, that is going to be it for this one. Always loved Whitesushii putting out these, very analytical and stuff like that. I don't know why I wasn't going to cover it. I just thought we got used to what the best options were, but hey, people were asking, so here it is. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.